What is up, internet? It's your boy Tenku, and today we're gonna be discussing the anime of the season. I really didn't think I would like this one, but it's kind of grown on me in its own special way. So before we get started, don't forget to watch those videos, like those videos, subscribe to the channel, and of course keep hitting me up on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And with all that said, everybody, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about anime season, about a snake girl who's in love with a human male. And of course, she gets some competition from like a harpy, a centaur, a mermaid. And I'm not talking about Monster Musume here. I'm talking about Monster Musume no Oisha-san, which essentially is, it's not Monster Musume, My Everyday Life with Monster Girls. It's Monster Musume Monster Girl Doctor. As you could probably tell, I didn't think I was gonna like it because it's pretty much a clone or a ripoff of Monster Musume, just watered down, not as itchy. There's still some of the love, comedy, situational stuff in there, but it's not as itchy. There's no nudity. There's certain situations, of course, because he's a monster girl doctor. But like I said, there's no nudity or things like that, and they take it more of a medical. He always takes a more medical procedure when he's examining these monster girls and everything like that. But it's charmed me a bit in a way because yes, it reminds me of Monster Musume. It's going to. It's kind of hard to get away from that. But like I said, it's very, very charming because one, there are male monsters in this anime. It's not just female monsters. They're in the background a lot because again he examines everybody, but of course they always focus on the monster girl part of it. But the story is a bit intriguing. It's set in like a medieval fantasy type setting. Basically, there was a war between monsters and man for the longest time, and so at the end of this war, when everything finally settled down, there's a city where monsters and humans live together, like in harmony, and get everything done, and have a society. And so the anime revolves around our protagonist Glenn. It's Litbit. We'll just call him Glenn. He is a doctor. He is the only and first human to become a doctor for monsters. So he's rare, and he's kind of famous in the city in his own right because of this. Well, you have his assistant, or people think she's a nurse, but she's an actual doctor too. Her name is Sephantite Nikes, and she's the snake girl. Their relationship's a little bit different because before it wasn't like monsters were never known and then they came over. Monsters were always known, and so they kind of grew up together because what happened was when he was a kid, his family was in talks into going into business with her family, which was like a merchant family, and so she was kind of given to the family as a hostage to make sure that the talks went smoothly, I guess. And so they kind of grew up together, and it's very interesting. So she's been in love with him ever since then. And you find out some more stuff about her family and the secret that she's been keeping from him and stuff like that. And it's really kind of endearing. So it's not like that he's just thrust into the situation. He chose to become a doctor because of his time he spent with her as a kid. And they just kind of ended up going to the same medical school and re-ing up there. And of course, she's always been in love with him. So she kind of followed him when he opened his own practice and everything like that. And they were taught by a Cthulhu-like octopus woman. And so she can never really she expresses her feelings with it, but for some reason the octopus woman always kind of gets in the way of her being with him. And so, and of course they got Tessalia, who is a centaur. She is a prestigious monster family. They're couriers, they're warriors and stuff like that. And so she immediately falls in love with the doctor and is trying to get him to marry her and stuff like that, much to the snake girl's dismay. And of course there's some parts where you meet a zombie girl who's not, they don't really call her a monster, they call her I think it was a meat golem, because she was dead and she was brought back to life. And so There's some things with her. And so even though all these girls are kind of in love with him and it's kind of harem-ish, it really focuses on the Dr. Glenn and the snake girl who's also a doctor, and their practice and how they treat the different monsters and things like that, and how all the monsters kind of like him because he's a human and he's always treated them with kindness and respect. And of course they do have the love competition between all the monster girls and the doctor, and the situational comedy when, much to the snake girl's dismay, a lot of these girls are getting awfully close to the doctor, and he just doesn't really care because he's worried about the medical side of things and wants to make sure everybody's healthy and get taken care of, stuff like that. So it's pretty hilarious, situational. It is watered down. So what I'm gonna say is I recommend it for you if you would like the concept of a monster Musume, but you're not into the ecchi, the nudity, or anything like that. Monster Girl Doctor is a pretty good way to start out to get into that kind of stuff. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna like it because the first episode I'm watching, I'm like, wow, this is really just a Monster Musume ripoff. But the more I watched it, the more I got into it, and it's quite enjoyable. So with all that said, you guys tell me what you guys think in the comments below, on the Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Let me know. And everybody, remember, if you can't trust the random fat guy you met on the internet, then who can you trust? And everybody have an awesome day.